Hi, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share with you what would technically be the first update to my Pan Feb palette, but also some of the panning goals that I have for this year. I didn't film an intro video, but I do have the pictures. So essentially what I've been doing is lazy panning, which means that I don't necessarily track like the number of times I used it or like the weights of things. I just find that typically if I just grab something, and I just never keep track that well. So I do try and make sure that I use every shade in a palette when I'm like trying to form an opinion about it. But back in January, I've had this Viseart Cool Mattes palette for quite some time, and I just so happened to hit pan in the white. And so I said, oh, that'd be great to use as a Pan Feb palette. It's super neutral. I can pull it into lots of things. So I've been using this shade and this shade on my brows. These are really, neutral transition, but obviously a huge dip in the white. I haven't been playing with the grays so much, and I'll tell you why, but want to continue to use this, these 6 shades or so, but I want to give the white a break for a bit. These are extremely deep, densely packed. I don't know that I've ever seen somebody pan a Viseart palette, and certainly this isn't going to be done in 1 year. But what I wanted to do was substitute it out a little bit in favor of using the white shades, using some of the lighter shades, using some of my other palettes. So this is the BH Cosmetics Remix Dance 2000s. This is a color story that is obviously right up my alley. Try not to get the gleam, lots of purple. This is showing up kind of yellow to you, but it's definitely not. But down here is a matte white, and up here, kind of that driftwood, lightish gray shade that I reach for quite a bit. So I'm going to leave the Viseart white alone, still try and make progress on the other ones. But I'm going to draw this in because I think, I have a suspicion that these are not nearly that deep, and it'll give me a chance to kind of play with this. So today I have this shade, this shimmer on, as well as set my shadows with that. But this is essentially new. I haven't like really used it ever, even though I've had it for quite some time. The other things that I've been like lazy panning, this is my Lorac Mega Pro 2. I have the 3 over there, but if you can see, I must have dug my finger into the black. I've panned these 2 shades completely, and I'm working on this lavender, and obviously have pan in this sorbet shade, but I also would like to use this olivine shade. It's a satin or a shimmer, but just want to kind of continue to empty this out over time. So those 3 shades are kind of my goal here, and this other cream is, kind of potentially on the list as well, but I do want to get some use out of that BH. The other one that I've been working on for quite some time, this is the ABH Sultry palette. So I have obviously pan in Fresh, the lightest shade, in Twig, kind of the light brown, and some pretty decent dips. You could see some of the dips and some of the shimmers. The one that I've really avoided is this Bloom shade. But for the Viseart, when I want to go with like a gray look, I tend to use this gray just in an effort to use it up because I'm sure it's less densely packed. There's just a huge amount of shadow in each one of these, and it'd be nice to kind of hit pan on that by the end of the year at some point. So that's those ones. alternatively, I have been doing kind of a project 10 uses. So we shared these two. This is the Alter Ego by Alamar Cosmetics, and this is the Spanglish by Alamar Cosmetics. So I've been working to use, you know, every shade in both palettes. This one is really beautiful, very easy to wear. Nice shimmers. I know that I've used every shade in this palette. And then this is the Spanglish. This is a little bit older, a little bit bigger pans. And the ones I know that I haven't used are this kind of really orange goldy shimmer, and the one next to it, which is a deeper shimmer. But for both of them, I still find, of course, that I need like a lid setting shade, which is why I want to bring in the white from the BH Cosmetics palette. The other things that I've been working on within this, my hands are filthy, is this Besame powder blush in raspberries, just a neutral color. I've used it 8 times in the past several weeks. Still has a little bit of the embossing, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's obviously super easy, wearable color. You don't have to think about it all that much. And to pair it with, I've also used this Essence Meta Glow highlighter, which is purpley. So both of those 8 times. The Moira eyeliner, and this is what I mean about I'm not great at tracking things. My paper says I've only used it 3 times, but I know I've used it at least 5, so it's staying in, but still, I don't think I marked it correctly. This Kevyn Aucoin eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow, I've only used it once. And sadly, the Danessa Myricks, the pigment, it's over there somewhere, I have used 0 times still. So it's a purple liquid pigment, and I still have not ventured into using it. So I will continue to work on these until I use every shadow, continue to work on the blush and the highlighter, and then put them back into the rotation. So I do know that when I watch updates for like pan that palette or pan those eyeshadows, a lot of times people, content creators, will randomize their palettes and then randomize the shade that they're going to pan within it. I can't, just not that adventurous. I'd be terrified that I was going to get like, you know, some lime green shimmer that I had to try and hit pan on. That would totally stress me out. But this is my little version of lazy panning, and I will insert some pictures of the Viseart from a month ago, so that's technically update 1. And like I said, I don't think the progress is going to go too quick on it. It's not going to have big exciting changes, so it's probably going to be useful to draw in some palettes that you can get through, hit pan, get some encouragement, and, you know, continue the motivation. So please let me know what your projects are. What are you panning? Are you doing project 10 uses? Are you doing pan those eyeshadows? I would love to be nosy and check out your videos, check out your updates. So with that said, have a great night. Hope you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.